Podcast video. Podcast video. Podcast video. Podcast video. Hello, my name is Deha and I make way too much music. Today we're gonna speak about 3 lesser metal albums that I did during the confinement around March and April, while waiting for the second one, maybe, fuck that. First one is called Piano Songs with My Friends, which is a shit name, but, well, speaks. The second one is called Come All Rain, Comforting Mother, and the last one is called Hello, Breathe. So let's just go one by one. Yeah, so like I said, the 3 albums were done during the confinement between March and April. Most of them in April, I remember, including Piano Songs with My Friends. Because I didn't write when I was doing it, but I remember it took a bit less than 2 weeks, and I do believe it was still in April. So let's start with Piano Songs with My Friends. And it's divided in 8 different songs, and the cool thing is that I had the chance to have amazing friends doing vocals for this. So I composed everything. Mostly it's piano improvisation, very cheesy. I'm not a good pianist, but I really try to do my best with it. And so the first song is called Tai or Te, I have no idea actually, with vocals from Dominique van Kapelen-Waldock. She's a Belgian artist and she's absolutely amazing. She's got one of those voices that you just can't forget. And with the song itself is pretty much post-rocky, and the way that she sings is not conventional at all, and it really gives some kind of mood which is a very positive mood, and I really loved it. Then there is a song called No Time with my friend Katja. Well, here it goes a bit more with this, if you like pop music, but at the same time it is a bit melancholic and it has this power to, let's say, make you a bit sad. That's it, that's the song. It's an amazing song. I mean, I'm really happy with the result, because when I did the song, the piano was just, yeah man, you know, it's a bit cheesy and shit. But once I had her vocals, I'm like, okay, that's just perfect. And just so you know, it's not released yet because I'm working on something else, but there is another version which I've done, on which I'm singing to, and it's a version where, well, it's kind of like the rock metal version of it. It's really good, but I can't really put it out now because it's going to be a bit out of context. Third song is Imperditus. That's one of the very first piano songs that I composed back then. I think that song is at least 10 years old, and I've used it for Malady's first album on the song called Imperditus. And this is just an improvisation, redoing it with variation. Let's just put it this way. Then the 4th song is called It's Nostalgic, isn't it? And it's with a flugelhorn from Easy Op de Beek, which is a Belgian artist that pretty much do a lot of things with wind instruments, and he's so good. So if you would listen to that song, you really just go down to some kind of jazz, but like a positive jazz from the 50s, like very lounge, very cool, very chill. And that's exactly what I was looking for. And no vocals. I wanted no vocals for this one, but he did so much of a job having a lead, which is also in the background. I mean, he's fantastic. This song is really one of my favorite of the album. Then there is the song Whole Again with vocals by Tamar Singer. She is a fantastic artist from Israel. And so we did both vocals. I sent her the song and she did a part, and I did my own part as well. And it really fitted so well. She has this jarbo kind of feeling. I mean, I don't know how to explain to it, but to me it was really good. The song is pretty much one of my very typical sad, melancholic and nostalgic kind of piano solo, let's just put it this way. So it's not pretty much original, but the additional vocals really makes it different, and I really am happy with it, because it's one of the first time that I decide that I'm just gonna go on the piano and sing, and let's just see what it happens. For example, I was doing this on Imperluminis Same Sufferings Part 3, when there is a piano break. I mean, it's the beginning of the 3rd song, if you want to put it this way. And then I really enjoyed just being there singing on a piano. And so at some point I decided, yeah, maybe I should try to do that. Then it just happened. And this song is really, really good. Then there is a cover of What a Wonderful World, originally from Louis Armstrong, that I've done by myself, and I did vocals too. Let's be honest, I love that song. It's one of my favorite songs in the world, and I do believe that I fucked it up completely because it's so different from the original. And, well, covers, that's kind of how I like to do them. I like to change it. So for me, it is different. It is completely different. It's a bit more melancholic in a way. I mean, the way that I sing this piece, that's how it's supposed to be. I don't want to just linger too much there because, well, that's just listen. You would understand. Then there is this song Against My Odds with vocals from my very good friend Renato Di Folco. God damn, this English-Italian accent is horrible. And he is one of the best singer that I had the chance to work with. We played together in the French band called Drop Dead Chaos. He's singing so well. He has this rock and roll voice, like this really rock and roll voice. I cannot say anything else than that. When I gave him the song, it was a piano improvisation that you can actually listen on my YouTube channel, just all alone. And when he had it, his vocals, it's like, dude, I'm back in the 90s. I really am back in the 90s where like rock and metal bands were doing fantastic ballads, and this is exactly what it is. He is so fantastic. I had the chance to actually sing a very small part on that song too, but the way that he's just doing it's like huge amount of fucking testosterone slap in your face. He is like manly to the maximum, and his voice is like a comforting super like hairy bear. It's amazing, seriously. And the last song, I couldn't help myself. I decided to go for one of the typical songs that I would love to do. So very slow, very depressing, very repetitive, that goes from spoken word to weird, clean singing, which is super emotional, that goes to final screams. That song is very, very progressive, and yeah, it's pretty much depressing. And so for that song, Marla Van Horn did a video which is absolutely fantastic. It pretty much represents the paranoia that I wanted to implement in this song. On a small side note, there is a second version of the song, which is going to be on an album that hopefully might be released maybe next year, maybe the year after. Because yeah, I mean, I'm sorry I'm taking a bit more time compared to before, even though I'm still releasing shit, but I'm gonna take my time. And yeah, there's some kind of, let's say, a full band metal doom version of that song, which should happen at some point. But that's what I'm working on. So that's all for this album. Let's go for the second album, which is called Come or Rain Comforting Mother. So let's just put it this way. It's very warm. I'm on the 23rd of April. I'm fucking warm as hell. Because at some point it just was the case. There were no way to, get a bit colder and stuff, even at night. It was composed pretty much in 2 times. You can actually hear it at some point in the album. There is a sample of Rain break. And when I was composing it, I wanted something which was just not only pianos, because even though it sounds just like a piano right now, it has, of course, a couple of, I think there's an E-piano there too. But the thing is, I wanted to do something else, not just piano, like adding some effects and the small reverbs there and there that really gives some kind of, like a nice filter on it, like a filter which makes it very relaxing. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. So at 3 in the morning, I started to do that. I think I finished around 5 or 6. And, I decided to call this Come or Rain Comforting Mother because, well, it speaks for itself. We all wanted fucking rain at some point because we just wanted to, be a bit colder and having something a bit more wet because it was so fucking dry outside. It was just not okay. And, of course, it didn't come. It came like way after at some point. But anyway, I'm super happy about this album because it was one of the whole sequence of album that I've done during the confinement. It was one of those that I was listening a lot to because it was really, just doing the job when I was doing something non-musical that needed something in the background which was not disturbing me so much, but at the same time that was just setting the mood. And I do believe that this song really much do it. That's why also it's a very long song of 40 minutes, The trip starts and ends when I said. And I think you should pretty much enjoy it because it's not sad, it's not depressing. It has kind of a melancholic feel to it, but it has something just relaxing. And I believe that during these times right now, I think it's going to be a good thing if you listen to it. I mean, I don't hold the truth, so but sometimes you can trust me. Let's go with the last album called Hello Breathe, and it's very simple. It's just because, well, there are songs which one song called Hello, and the second, third, and fourth songs are called Breathe the Light 1, 2, and 3. This was done in 3 days, composition-wise 18th and 19th of April, and I produced it, mixing and mastering and finalizing it on the 20th of April. It's an instrumental album. It goes between post-rock and a bit of post-metal thingy, so no vocals, of course not. I do believe that it has some kind of alternative rock, alternative metal feel to it. I don't know how to explain that. Like sometimes shoegazy because of the amount of effects and reverbs and shit. It's kind of one of those albums between relaxing and not relaxing, but because it's instrumental, you really can put it in the background. For example, Breathing the Light 2. At some point, I really hesitated about putting the blast beat there or not. but I decided that it serves the music right. It makes it trippy, it makes it really fine, and I really liked it that way. Now, let's be honest too, the song Hello could have been on an Aurora Borealis album, because it really sounds like it, but I don't know, I just didn't feel like it. Like, I just can't put an album with just one song or something like that. So it ended up being on that album anyway, and I think that it just fits. It's different. It's an album which is the more metal of them three, because, well, guitars, drums and everything, there's a blast beat inside too, but at the same time it's completely different. It's not aggressive in a way that aggression is supposed to be in the music that I do originally. And so that's it. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy those 3 albums, and if you have the time for it, I mean, well, I don't know if I should say to you like, oh, you're gonna be confined and shit, you should listen to music. I mean, you do whatever you want. I mean, as long as you listen to music, that's the best thing in the whole world. And that's it. So I really hope that you're going to really enjoy those 3 albums. You have any comments, you want anything, you know where to find me. Keep on being yourself, keep on being safe, protect yourself and your people. Be well, and I'll see you soon.